1. Happy Detective Day.
My name is Nate the Great. I am a detective. My dog Sludge is a detective too. We have solved many cases. Many, many, many cases. Would you like to solve a case with me? Would you like to be a detective too? Good. Because I have a case to solve right now. Before the ice cream in front of me turns to mush, collapses, before I have to slurp strawberry soup. Are you ready? Our case starts when the ice cream was young and healthy. My doorbell rang. I opened the door. I saw a row of people and pets. Rosamond and her 4 cats. Oliver and his eels, Finley and his rat, Pip, Esmeralda, Claude, Annie, Annie's brother Harry. Surprise! They yelled.
Happy Detective Day!
Rosamond spoke up.
We are having a detective party just for you because you have solved so many cases for us.
A good detective has to notice things that are there and not there. Have you noticed anything yet? Rosamond was holding 2 big boxes.
Look,
she said.
A box of strawberry ice cream and a box of tuna fish pancakes.
Tuna fish pancakes? I said. I, Nate the Great, love pancakes. But
my cats, Super X, Big X, Little X, and Plain X, love these pancakes,
Rosamond said. And that is why they should eat all of them, I said. Rosamond stepped inside.
We surprised you,
she said.
You, the great detective, didn't have a clue that we were coming.
Rosamond had a strange laugh. That is no surprise. Everyone was laughing, except Annie. She looked sad.
Fang wanted to come,
she said. Annie is always with Fang. Did you notice that Fang wasn't there?
Chapter 2. Where is Fang?
Where is Fang? I asked.
He ran away,
Annie said. Rosamond nodded.
Now you have a new case,
she said. Nate the Great finds Fang. I, Nate the Great, did not want to do that. Fang's teeth get bigger every day. Esmeralda spoke up. Esmeralda is wise.
Nate can't solve cases today. This is his day off.
No problem, I said. I will teach all of you how to be a detective. I will teach you how to find Fang. Come in. What would you do first to find Fang? I, Nate the Great, said to Annie. First, you have to remember. Remember if there was anything different about Fang today. Any reason why he might run away. Then, remember where you last saw him. Remember what he was doing. Remember who was there. Annie said,
I got Fang ready for the party. I didn't have time to give him a bath, so I feather dusted him.
You feather dusted him?
Yes, it makes his fur nice and clean.
Would you want to be a feather-dusted dog? Do you think Fang ran away from Annie because she dusted him? When somebody is missing, think about why. Put yourself in a dog's shoes. Pause. Whatever. Very well, I said. Fang is clean. What else?
Fang was going to do a trick for your party.
Annie said,
I have been teaching him commands.
How?
I've got a rhyming book for dogs. Each line is a new command. The first is, do a trick. The second line is, lick, lick, lick. Then there's a new rhyme, stop and wait. Go to the gate. Then there's another rhyme, go to the park. And,
Rosamond said,
my cats can do all sorts of tricks. Well, Fang knows all the rhymes.
Annie said,
but he mixes them up. When I say the first line, he does the second. Instead of tricks, he licks, licks, licks.
Annie grinned.
But I solved that problem. I just say the second line, lick, lick, lick. And then Fang does the trick.
Good thinking, I said.
Yes,
Annie said.
And it works for all the rhymes, like gate and wait and...
Oh, him again. Finley said, are dog rhymes and feather dusting clues? I don't know yet. If you know, then perhaps you have already solved this case. And I, Nate the Great, will need to take detective lessons from you. I looked at Annie. Where is the last place you saw Fang?
Well, Harry, Fang and I were on our way to your house. We were at the corner of Dartmouth Street and Oakdale Street. All of a sudden, 2 tiny poodles came up to Fang. They started to bark. Fang looked surprised, so I tried to shoo the poodles away. I barked right back at them. Bark, bark, bark.
Then what? I asked.
Then Fang ran off.
Annie said,
he ran down Dartmouth Street. We went after him, but he was too fast.
Was he running after the poodles? I asked.
No, they just stood there. I think he was running away from them.
Let me get this straight, I said. Fang is 10 times bigger, stronger, and toothier than 2 tiny poodles, and he was afraid of them?
Yes,
Annie said. You have a job to do. Get a piece of paper and draw a picture of a huge, fangy dog running away from 2 tiny poodles. Then print below it. What is wrong with this picture?
Chapter 3. Green Hair and Fluffy Bunny Shoes.
I, Nate the Great, raised my voice. Has anybody else seen Fang? I asked. Rosamond spoke up.
I am in charge of this case. I am the head detective. Direct your answers to me.
Pip raised his hand. Pip hardly ever says anything. I saw Fang, he said, on the way over here, on Dartmouth Street. He was following a lady in a green hat.
Following?
Oliver said.
Good for him. I believe in following. I follow anybody.
I, Nate the Great, already knew that. Oliver is a pest, but he learns things. Have you ever followed the lady in the green hat? I asked. Do you know where she lives?
I have followed her from store to store,
Oliver said.
but I don't know where she lives.
Has anybody else ever seen this lady who wears a green hat? I asked.
Yes,
said Finley.
she wears a rose in her ear.
Her hair is green, too, Claude said.
And her shoes look like fluffy bunnies.
What do you think of this rosy-posy, green and fluffy information? Sometimes detectives get more information than they want. But a detective can't be too proud. I, Nate the Great, listen to everything. I said, a rose in her ear, green hair, fluffy bunny shoes. This sounds very strange. Rosamond looked mad.
It doesn't sound strange to me,
she said.
And this is my case.
Oliver tapped me on the shoulder. I can help, he said. He pulled something from his pocket. Sometimes I take pictures of people I follow, he said. Here is the lady in the green hat. We might have a clue in this picture. Hint, would Fang like any of these bags? I, Nate the Great, say that this lady buys many things and carries them around, like meat. Maybe Fang smelled her meat. Dogs can smell things at a distance. Fang might be following the smell of meat.
So, if we find the lady, we find Fang,
Annie said. Rosamond clapped her hands.
My case is almost solved. We can start the party soon. This ice cream is beginning to melt.
I will put it in the freezer, I said.
No,
Rosamond said.
if you keep it out of the freezer, it means we must solve this case soon.
I, Nate the Great, say it means we will eat pink goo. Should the ice cream go into the freezer? Never mind. The answer won't help this case.
Chapter 4. A Red Herring.
Rosamond went into the kitchen, put the box of ice cream on the table, and came back with pink fingers. I said, the lady in the green hat could be a red herring.
A red herring?
Rosamond gasped.
My cats love red herring.
No, not the kind you eat, I said. It's something that can seem like a clue, look like a clue, feel like a clue, smell like a clue, but isn't a clue.
So, what do we do?
Annie asked. I, Nate the Great, say that we have talked enough. Now it is time to go out and look for Fang. How would you look for Fang? List the ways. You can probably think of a long list. Here is a short list. Look for Fang by himself, I said. Look for Fang and the green hat lady. Go to the corner of Dartmouth Street and Oakdale Street. Go down Dartmouth Street. Walk the same streets Annie, Harry, and Fang walked before they reached the corner of Dartmouth Street and Oakdale Street. Go to their house and see if Fang went back home.
This will take forever,
Rosamond said. Split up, I said. Decide who goes where and go in pairs so that you each have a helper. A helper? Pip asked. This must have been Pip's big day for talking. Yes, it helps to have a helper. I have a great one, Sludge.
Can we take him with us?
Annie asked. I, Nate the Great, need him here.
We're off,
Rosamond said. They left in a hurry. There was no time to give them another detective tip. But here it is. Eat pancakes. Pancakes help me think. Bones help Sludge think. If you want to think and eat with us, look for my favorite pancake recipe. Your clue, the number 61.
Chapter 5. pancakes and dripping ice cream.
I made pancakes. I gave Sludge a bone. We ate and thought. We knew that Fang was last seen following the lady in the green hat. She could be carrying meat. Fang could want that meat. But what if she wasn't carrying meat? What if Fang happened to be behind her? What if he wasn't really following her? Maybe she was important to this case. Maybe she wasn't. I knew that Fang had to have a reason to leave Annie and Harry. I looked at Sludge. Would he ever run off? Maybe if somebody scared him. But nobody scares Fang. Fang scares everybody. I was stuck. We are getting nowhere, I said to Sludge. Should I, Nate the Great, go out and look for Fang? What do you think? I wrote a note to my mother. Dear Mother, I might go out on a case. I might not. But just in case I go out on a case, I will be back. Love, Nate the Great. Sludge and I finished eating, but now Sludge was licking ice cream. It was dripping on him from the table. You are supposed to be helping me with this case, I said. Sludge always helps with my cases, but now he was too busy licking. Or maybe he was helping. Was Sludge trying to tell me something? Yes! Licking was a clue. That was what Sludge thought. And now that was what I thought. What do you think? What is important in this case? What is a real clue and what isn't? Decide!
Chapter 6. The Real Clue.
I wrote another note. Dear Annie, Harry, Rosamond, Oliver, Claude, Pip, Esmeralda, and Finley, I, Nate the Great, say that my day off is now on. Sludge and I will go find Fang. We will be back. Love, Nate the Great. Sludge and I went out. We knew where we were going. We went there. We found Fang. He was asleep. He woke up. He was glad to see us. We were glad to see him. I, Nate the Great, never thought that I would ever say that. Sludge, Fang, and I started back to my house. Where did we find Fang? That is the big question. I hope you have the big answer. Everyone was waiting at my house. Everyone looked sad. Sludge and I walked in. Then Fang walked in behind us. Annie yelled, "Fang!" Annie and Harry rushed toward Fang and hugged him.
My cats and I could have found him,
Rosamond said. I was born to be a detective. Annie looked at me.
You were born to be a detective,
she said.
Where did you find Fang?
Sludge knew the big clue, I said. The clue was the mixed-up rhymes. Annie looked puzzled. I, Nate the Great, say that Fang must leave the room while I explain this, or he will go crazy when he hears all the rhymed commands.
I will put him in the kitchen,
Annie said. Annie was back in a minute. I went on. You said that when you say one line, Fang does the other line instead. When the rhymes were trick and lick, Fang licked first. Then you said wait and gate, so Fang went to the gate before he waited. Then you said park. But Rosamond stopped you before you told us what rhymed with park. I looked around the room. What doggy rhyme goes with park?
I'm too smart to answer such an easy question.
Rosamond said. We all know it's bark, I said.
Right.
Annie said.
The rhyme was park and bark. Go on.
When the two tiny poodles went up to Fang and barked, you said, bark, bark, bark. Fang thought it was a command. The command that rhymed with go to the park. And that's where he went. And that's where I found him. I, Nate the Great, knew that Fang would never be afraid of two tiny poodles. So we had to have another reason to run away.
You solved a case on your day off.
Esmeralda said. There's another thing about this case. I said. Fang wasn't really missing. I turned to Annie and Harry. You were. Fang went where he thought you told him to go. He thought you would show up. If Fang could talk, he would tell you that this was the case of the missing Annie and Harry. Rosamond clapped her hands.
Now we can start our party.
She went into the kitchen.
Fang has the ice cream all over him,
she said.
You did not solve this case fast enough. At least we have the tuna fish pancakes.
Never mind, I said. I will make all of you detectives my special pancakes. They even have a special name. Here is what I made for my friends. Late keys. Your clue, the number 62. I made stacks and stacks.
At last we eat,
Rosamond said. Everyone sat down.
Happy Detective Day, Nate the Great,
Annie said.
We're all detectives today,
Rosamond said.
We all worked hard.
You're right, I said. In fact, there are more detectives than you know about. You worked hard too, so please write down on your piece of paper. I solved a case today with Nate the Great. We did it, Nate the Great and me. Now come in, join the party. Have a pancake or two.